Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Jeremy aka Zarjarambe back again with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Today we're on the global side showing you the 12th Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash, or Dokkan Battlefield as it's more commonly known. And I'm going to be showing you a rundown of the enemies you'll face and go over how you're going to beat them so you can grab your Dragon Stones and other rewards from this event. How I run my teams is I do 10 Super and 10 Extreme of each color, and then any leftover character slots, I just kind of go through my character list and see what categories and other, if I have some extra units I can build some teams out of. And with that, you'll see on the side of the screen, I'm going to be posting the enemy traits for each person so you can see what you're up against as we go against these guys. The first enemy, usually if you've looked at my last, my Dokkan Battlefield Androids edition, you'll see that I like to run the Ginyu Force here on the first or second stages, because really and honestly this team, I said it before, I'll say it again, really 100% worth grinding out, because they save you having to use one of your premium teams, if you will, on these earlier stages, such as the one with Master Roshi here. Really and honestly not too hard of a level here, and no point in using one of your super or extreme AGL teams against this guy. So you'll see, obviously, Birder's got that evade built in, very nice there. Excuse me, but yeah, you'll see that this Master Roshi is really easy to take down as long as you've got some hidden potential investment in these guys. Rainbow them out, get your LR Ginyu Goku, buy your LR Ginyu from the Baba shop with the Battlefield memory, if you have enough there. If not, you can also use the free-to-play Kid Gohan, who is a Planet Namek Saga lead. Or if you were lucky enough to pull the new Transforming Super Saiyan Goku, the Planet Namek Goku, he is also a Planet Namek Saga lead. Now, mind you, I wouldn't recommend using him for this team. He works on it, but I would like, me personally, I'm saving him for another level later on down the road. Alright, so we're not taking too much damage. We're able to put a decent amount out to him. This Master Roshi really doesn't have any super crazy effects, but it just takes a few turns to beat him, and hope that you can get a few crits or additional attacks to do some extra damage to him. And on the subject of the Namek Goku, I don't know if any of you guys have summoned on him, if you're summoning for him or not this time around. I was lucky enough to grab him, and honestly it's a really fun team to run with the new Super Saiyan category anyway. Really fun team to run, really good units that can be run on there. Not the best team, because of, it's an awesome team, but it's probably not number one because of the fact that it is limited to only Super Saiyans, which is the good old classic gold-haired Super Saiyan. No Super Saiyan 4, no Super Saiyan 3, anything like that. But really fun to run that team. Alright, so we got him beat. Next one we're going to be going up against is the Android 19, and as many of you know, if you've ever faced him in, Infinite Dragon Ball history or any of the previous Dokkan Battlefields, he does absorb your energy-based super attacks. So make sure you're bringing in some allies on your tech team, whether you use super extreme tech or just a category, to bring in here. Make sure that they don't have all energy-based super attacks. Otherwise, you're going to be taking a while just using regular attacks to beat this guy. So if you don't know how to find that, look on the super attack here. You see it's got that blue key blast there. The Rose Masu doesn't have it on his 18 key plus, so we're going to go ahead and go for that ultra super attack there. I do have my Merge Zamasu rainbowed, so he should be able to do a decent chunk. And that Transforming Freeze is just kind of here for his leader skill, since we're not going to be able to do his super attack right now. As he transforms into his later stages, some of his later super attacks are not energy based, so we can use him for that. But this rotation, he's a little bit just kind of a placeholder, if you will. Alright, hope we don't take too much damage here from the super attack. And I'll be honest with you, I was expecting a little bit more of a challenge on this rendition of Dokkan Battlefield, but in all honesty, I've already ran through it all the way once before. Let's see here. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to get super attacks off here. That's alright. Yeah, that's alright. We'll be able to take him out, no problem. But the thing that I was talking about beforehand, this version, or this, the 12th Dokkan Battlefield, I thought it was going to be a lot harder. I ran through it once already before, and really and honestly, I didn't find too much of a challenge with it. So, honestly, don't be too concerned about it. Oh, and of course, Cell's going to get the additional super attack to feed that Android 19 back some of his health. Appreciate it, Cell. Feels like my units never do additional super attacks when I want them to. They only do it when we're against energy-based attack absorbers or something like that. Seems like it's always how it works. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe you guys have that problem too. But we've got plenty of health left, and we're going to be able to... We're not going to go for that super attack there. But we've got plenty of health left, and we shouldn't have any problems taking this guy down. But yeah, this version of Dokkan Battlefield, really and honestly, for me, it was just... You run through it. As long as you have some decent teams, you should be able to beat it, no problem. There's not very many enemies. There's not any ridiculous enemies that you go against that really shut you down. As long as you have the right units, as long as you build the right teams, you should be 100% good to run through this and knock this event out. Get your free Dragon Stones, get your other rewards, and if you're trying to go back in and summon on the... Yeah, sorry, you can see the second form Frieza here no longer has an energy-based attack, so we're going to go ahead and launch that. But if you're still trying to summon for the Namek Goku, or if there's any other units on that banner, I actually have not been able to pull the AGL Final Form Frieza off of that banner yet. And it would be nice because he does have the ability to seal and stun, and he does, his super attack is an attack all enemies super attack as well. So if you need another unit for the World Tournament or anything like that, that AGL Final Form Frieza that just came out with the Namek banner is honestly, I mean, I don't know if he is the best fit for it, but if you just need another attack all enemies unit to throw in on a team, you may be able to fit him in there somewhere. Again, maybe not the best option, but still decent. Alright, so you can see I'm using my extreme teams here first. Not to say my super, or my extreme teams are bad, just my super teams have more characters and hidden potential investment built into them. So I'm going to save them for the later rounds. And Nova Shenron here, not really too concerned about him. Doesn't really have any crazy effects that we should be worried about. My extreme int team should be more than enough to take him out. Like I said, I was able to beat each of these enemies with one team. Some of them came close, but the last time I didn't actually have any of my teams get knocked out. Hopefully we can do the same here, but regardless, even if you have to use multiple teams to beat an enemy, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't get a penalty or anything like that. It's just, it's really and honestly just a personal achievement that you can stare at and feel good, the fact that you did only one team for each enemy. There we go. We finally got an additional super attack that we actually need there. Thank you, Bojack. Quite a bit of damage there. But, yeah, if you've got some decent teams and you've got a decent amount of units, you should be able to run through this, no problem. So don't get discouraged. The last few Dokkan Battlefields were actually, you know, they had some fairly difficult parts in them. So I understand where a lot of people are kind of shying away from some of these Dokkan Battlefields until they, you know, summon more units or awaken more units or whatever, which is great. But if nothing else, even if you know you can't beat the entire Dokkan Battlefield all the way through, get as far as you can. Claim those rewards as much as possible, because there's some good rewards from this. And really and honestly, it gives you something to do now that we're post 350 million download celebration, post 4-year anniversary. I know we've got the Namek celebration going on right now, but I mean, really and honestly, we've got some content, but not a whole lot as far as what it was compared to the 350 million and the 4th anniversary. But, so here's a star player here, this Tech Godku that I just did on the 7th slot. Really and honestly, if you have him, bring him. There's also a Tech Go Tanks that you can bring that can seal super attacks as well, but the Tech Godku will seal super attacks, and the only thing that you really have to worry about this Saiyaman, he doesn't deal a whole lot of damage on regular attacks. However, when he launches his super attack, it does, I think, about the last time he hit me in my, I tried a couple times ago, he hit me and knocked out one of the teams. About 450,000 damage with one super attack. So if you have a really tanky team, as far as like your HP, you have a lot of HP, there's a good possibility you could survive it, but you'd be really low on health. The better bet is to just go with a unit who can seal the super attacks and you don't even have to worry about it, or the Super Saiyan 4 full power Goku. If you're super lucky, he can counter that attack, but I wouldn't rely specifically on that. Gogeta there with a really nice additional super attack for another 2 million damage. Very nice. I do have him rainbowed, so you can see here that the Saiyaman is going to be attacking now, so we'll put the Goku there just on the end case he does launch a super attack. Maybe we can get the counter off, and then if not, that Tech Godku will be able to stun him, and then the exchange Goku Gohan won't be worried about taking any damage. They're tanky enough. All right, so no super attack on that first slot, and now he's sealed for this and next turn, so we should be able to take him out, no problem. If you have a decent a super tech team, you should be able to take this guy out, no problem. If you don't, the biggest thing is having a sealing unit. Really and honestly, if you don't go in with a tech team, and you just go in with a team that has a sealing unit, that'd be the better bet rather than just trying to hope that you can deal enough damage before he launches that super attack, because I think it's by the second or maybe even the third turn, that's when he's pretty much almost guaranteed. I know it's still RNG, but almost guaranteed to launch the super attack. And I mean, you could be at full health and just get knocked straight down and have to, you'll be wasting a good team. So again, just my recommendation for going against this great Saiyaman is just find some sealing units, 1 or 2 on your team, and build a good hard-hitting team around them, no matter what type or category it is, and you should be able to make it past this guy no problem. Luckily, that Tech Godku is a perfect fit for this time around, and you can see there the Super Saiyan 3 Goku also stunned him, so stunning is also another option you can use there. This guy can be sealed and stunned, so whatever you got to do to keep those super attacks away from you, go ahead and do that. But yeah, no problems there. Moving on to our boss for level 2. Going to be the Int Cooler. And we're going to go ahead and pull out our Extreme Fizz team. We got the new LR51, as Havelhai calls it. And now I have a little bit of a more well-rounded team. Just kind of throwing in some of the free-to-play Fizz units beforehand, like the Fizz Golden Frieza, which isn't bad. Free-to-play units are 100%. As long as you can rainbow them, they're 100% usable for this event. Whether they be a support unit or, if they deal a good chunk of damage, they seal, they stun, whatever they do. Don't be afraid to bring some of your free-to-play units in on this event. Because, I mean, even there's some super battle roads where some of the free-to-play units are somewhat reliable in. So free-to-play units, once you rainbow them out, 100% worth bringing in here. And we get an additional super, no Omega Shenron, but he did knock out 3 bars of health, so honestly, I'm not too worried about that. Alright, getting everybody's super attacks off, and we've already got him down to about half health. And 75,000 damage, not too bad. Alright, so I would like to get the 18 key super off with LR51, but even with those, it's not going to matter, so I'm not too worried about it. I'll just launch everybody's super attacks here. See if we can get that full power Frieza. There we go. Orbs fell just right. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are going in on the Namek banner currently, really the 2 main units that are really good, the Goku and the Frieza, really good units. I'm a fan of the card in general, of the Goku card, because obviously if you watched my summoning videos, I talked about how when Goku went Super Saiyan for the first time was one of my absolute favorite moments in the Dragon Ball history show, if you will, because it was just an iconic moment, seeing that Super Saiyan for the first time. And I'm just happy I was able to pull him. He has a fun team to run. I'm working on a Legendary Goku event run through with the Super Saiyan team, kind of do a showcase. Don't know if I'll be able to do a no-item run on it. Not really what I'm going for. They're just more of a showcase for the team to show everybody what it's all about. It definitely can take on the Legendary Goku event, though, if you build it right. There we go. Very nice. Level 2 cleared again, and obviously you don't see me picking up Dragon Stones or Battlefield Memory for any of these clears. For the first time clears, you will get a Dragon Stone for each stage, and you will get some Battlefield Memory for each stage as well. So mine's just not showing up because I already ran through it once before, like I said earlier. So we're going to go ahead and got our full power collision Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. We're gonna save our Patora units in case we have to use a Patora unit or a Patora category team for backup in case one of these teams gets knocked out. But yeah, the Namek Saga, the Namek banner with Goku and Frieza. I don't know if I'm gonna be going back in on it. I don't blame anybody for saving stones because if you look, one of my earlier videos, I talked about the upcoming units coming to Global. Probably here within, now in New Year's time frame. We got a lot of really good units that are going to be coming out. So if you are saving stones, honestly, I can't blame you. I'm a big fan of the Super Saiyan Goku, the transforming Goku, so that's why I summoned for him the Namek Goku, but I wouldn't blame anybody if they said they were going to save their stones. And if you do have the Goku and you're still going for that Frieza, don't be too worried about it, because if you go in that Scouter and you look, he is not a Dokkan Festival exclusive unit, so there is a chance you can pick him up on some other extreme type banners or something of that matter later on down the road. And part 2 of the celebration will obviously be bringing LR full power Frieza, so I'm not sure if anybody's really looking forward to that. He will be a pretty good unit. He's going to be a strength unit, so if your extreme strength team needs some love and you're feeling lucky, I mean, you could be going for him. The transforming Trunks and transforming Zamasu that are be coming out, I'm really looking forward to them as well. Really, really solid units. Especially, it'll be a good addition to the Future Saga Super Battle Road. I did the Future Saga Super Battle Road in one of my previous videos, and I was able to complete it, but man, it was pretty difficult. So the transforming Trunks and Zamasu that's coming out will be great additions to that Future Saga team. Very nice with the evasion there, with MVP 17, and Vegeta's tanking it along really nice. And as everybody knows, the LR Kale and Caulifla, it will be coming out sometime soon. Oh, he's locked down. That's why we can't swap him out. That's all right. We're gonna be able to finish him this turn, no problem. But yeah, plenty of awesome units coming in the next 5 or 6 months. So save your stones or don't, do whatever you want. But this is a perfect place to be grabbing some extra free Dragon Stones, regardless of what you do. If you are going in on the banner, best of luck to you. If not, well, we'll see when those new banners come out and what order they come out. I'm not sure. But we've got the Dokkan Battlefield has a lot of good free stones. The EZA events and the new story events that they've been coming out with got some free stones. So honestly, they're giving us a pretty good chunk of free-to-play stones for these banners that are coming out. Because it's right now is the best time to be budgeting your stones based on what you need, especially if you're just a free-to-play player. You will be getting a decent amount of stones, but it's very unlikely that you'll be able to get every single unit with just free-to-play stones. So save them up if you gotta. Use your stones on whatever unit you want on their summon banner, because man, yeah, you gotta spread those stones thin for this time of year, because there's a lot of stuff coming out. All right, and with the new banner, he shouldn't be taking too much damage. Oh, so this hit does stun. Yeah, that's right. With the banners that were just out, my extreme strength team actually got a really nice buff or boost, if you will, based on the fact that I was able to grab my first few copies. Actually, I didn't have the strength Rose until I think it was the 4th anniversary banner, or maybe even the $350 million celebration banner, and now I have 3 paths unlocked on them. So it threw a lot of those at me. I also got the transforming Boo, and I got the Android 21. So over the last few banners, I really was able to beef up my extreme strength team. I do have this Omega Shenron rainbowed, but he's a decent unit, but the fact that he's on the team is just the fact that he is rainbowed. this Janemba is one of the MVPs, though. I love this unit. Both, I mean, honestly, since the Int Janemba got his Extreme Z Awakened, he is absolutely amazing as well. Both of the Janembas are awesome units. If you don't have them yet, and another Red God Dragonstone comes out, definitely recommend picking up one of those guys, if not both, if you over the next load, because they should be giving out some God Dragonstones throughout some of the, the Christmas celebration or New Year celebration, stuff like that. And we do have, besides, this isn't mentioned in my my upcoming Global Units video, but there is a lot of good banners coming out, obviously, but there's the LR, the guaranteed LR summon banner should be coming out here soon as well. Not guaranteed, but there's a really good chance. So I'm definitely going to be summoning on that, because that is kind of the best bang for your buck type of banner, because obviously you're guaranteed an LR, and along the way you're guaranteed some sort of featured unit in each step of the banner. So again, another reason why I can't blame anybody for wanting to save stones from this point forward, no matter what it be for. There's so many good units and everything, some good banners coming out, that saving your Dragon Stones is nothing to be ashamed of. Alright, so he's stunned. He's getting us really close here, so you can see some of these guys are a little, they're not necessarily difficult, they just hit a lot harder. So you want to make sure you're putting your tanks in the right spot. So that Janemba I've got on the first slot should be able to tank that first attack, and I have a feeling he would, he's tanked it just fine. He should be able to put enough damage out to put hit to rest here and move on to the next stage. Very nice. Saved by the Janemba. Luckily we didn't get super attack in that first slot. Got a new clear time there. Nothing too crazy. So this Tech Bardock, in all honesty, he is on the third stage, but if you have a really good Super Int team or Extreme Int team, really, which both of the Int character pool, whether it be Super or Extreme, really has some decent stuff. I'm just gonna, I'll bring the God Vegeta because he's rainbowed. Again, I'll just save those the Patora lead for the Patora team if we need to use them. But even though he is later on in the, he's a level 3, so you think that he may be a hard enemy. He has a big health bar, but with the Int units that you can build teams out of, this guy, he super attacks multiple times in one rotation, so that's kind of his main specialty, but he does not hit that hard at all, whether you have a tank unit or not. So yeah, you can see he's starting out with the super attack here, and he's going to be likely attacking multiple times each turn with super attacks. But if all we're taking is 20,000 damage each time, I mean, Hit was dealing 70,000 with one super attack each turn, so you could see where we got close to death there, because he was starting to put out some numbers. But yeah, this Bardock is really, in honesty, one of the easier units to, the easier enemies to go against in this event. So yeah, and I mean, Vegeta taking only 2,500 damage there. So he's not a hard hitter, he just hits a lot, is all the point of the story there. But he cannot be sealed, so you can't really seal him out of his super attacks, but he can be stunned. So if you're really too worried about all those super attacks, just get a stunning unit, and you can go ahead and stop all those attacks that he keeps launching. Alright. And really and honestly, I think the hardest enemy that I went against in this event is going to be the final boss, which is the Kid Buu, which you'll see next. Once if we should be able to beat this, but once we beat this, we'll move on to Kid Buu, and he heals, he dodges super attacks, stuff like that. So even if you use only one team all the way up, and you have multiple teams left over at the end of the, when you get to Kid Buu, yeah, that's awesome. If you have any people who can weaken regeneration or anything like that, pretty good there. Usually I find the enemies that regenerate health are truly the more difficult ones that I've seen in the Dokkan Battlefield, because you just have to, the main thing is just out-damaging all their healing that they do. And it has gotten me in the past in some of the harder Dokkan Battlefields where I have them really close to dead, and then they heal 2 times in one turn and then knock me out, and then I have to use another team if I have another team. Either that or it's a full-blown restart all the way back to stage 1, hoping that I can get up there. Excuse me, get back up there to the level 3 boss and knock him out. Alright. And you see that this Bardock isn't really all that tanky either, so even with his I mean, he's got a big old health bar, he doesn't really tank too much. So as long as you're knocking out some super attacks and you've got some decent units, you should have no problems there. It's not looking like we're going to be able to get a super attack in on this first unit. We'll go ahead and yeah, we'll throw him there, and then that Goku, or the Gohan, excuse me, the Gohan should be able to finish him off with that super attack, and then Goku Jr. is there just for the backup in case. Alright, I'm expecting a super attack probably. Yep, there it is. Okay, yeah, so pretty much every turn this guy's going to be launching super attacks. But, again, not too much damage. Alright, very nice with the updated super attack there for the LR Gohan. Dealing plenty of damage to knock him out. And we'll move on to that final boss that we were talking about. And in my opinion, the hardest unit you'll be going against. Alright, so we have, luckily, I mean, Super AGL is one of the, in my opinion, one of the best character pools. So I don't see why I would have any problem this time around. There's a lot of, how would you say it? There's a lot of malleability in the Super AGL character pool where you can build a lot of different teams, honestly, because of how many lead units they have. And Extreme AGL has some decent units. My Extreme AGL team isn't the best, but luckily my Super AGL team, or teams that I can build, are absolutely amazing. Fortunately, no Super Saiyan 4 counter there. Almost 100,000 damage. Alright. And Vegito, as long as the Super Vegito here tanks well enough, he'll be able to get some good damage off of those counters. Oh yeah, good old damage reduction skill there, and doing 500,000 per counter. So he's attacking 3 or 4 times here. He already super attacked, so he shouldn't be super attacking the Vegito. So Vegito's got, there we go, another 500,000, and yeah, so we got 2 million damage from that Vegito just off the counters. That, honestly, that Super Vegito is one of my favorite units. I do have him rainbowed. He's been out for a while, so it makes sense, but I cannot wait and when they announce a easy A for that guy. I know it's coming. Everybody knows it's coming. There's no guarantee yet, but that guy is well overdue for an easy A, because he's still good, but he has kind of fallen behind the times with all these new units with their active skills and special, you know, special passives and stuff that they have. Alright, we're going to deal a good chunk of damage there. Very nice, 2.5 mil. Can we get a counter with this Super Saiyan 4? No, we cannot. The Super Saiyan 4s are not countering like, that would be very nice if they did, but, man, almost 3 million damage with that Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So this is a good example. That Super Saiyan 3 Goku is a perfect example of how a unit who was decent becomes absolutely amazing again by current standards once they get an Extreme Z Awakening. That Super Saiyan 3 Goku is an awesome unit, and I love bringing him in on pretty much any of the events that I build these Super AGL teams on. And if we can deal enough damage here, we may be able to take him out this turn. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here. We'll place that Vegito there for some counters if he's not going to super attack. He is going to heal once right there. So maybe, maybe not. Maybe we will be able to take him out. If not, we'll have him done by next rotation. Excuse me. Alright, so can we get a crit? No crit. But if he does both super attack, or if he does no super attack here and it's both counters, we should be really close to killing him if we don't kill him. Oh man, yeah. A little bit of overkill now with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's super attack. Going to be definitely putting an end to him there with the crit. And there you go. So yeah, that's the 12th Dokkan Battlefield global version. Obviously, if you're playing on the JP version, everything's going to be pretty much the same. You'll have more units to pull from if you are maining the Japanese version. But yeah, only one team for each one, and there's 49 characters remaining. So that shows you that there's basically, I had 7 more teams I could run if I was able to, or if I wasn't able to beat the enemy with one team. So really and honestly, if you haven't gone in here and tried it yet, hop on in there. Hopefully my video helped you out, gave you some tips and pointers or some team build ideas. If you liked the video, please drop a like. Consider subscribing. Got a lot more content on the way. And as always, I appreciate you checking out the video. We'll catch you on the next one. Signing out.